Welcome to Mitchell's Moments Coaching Podcast, Episode 3. As you know by now, this podcast is aimed to be about 20 minutes or less to focus on one topic, to get some learning, and move on with the rest of your day. I'm Mitchell Schuckman, founder of the Schuckman Group, where I do executive coaching, leadership development, team coaching, business development consulting, and training around all of these things. You can find out more about what I do at theschuckmangroup.com. That's SCHUCKMAN. Or look me up online. You'll find out all about me. Today's episode is about the topic of chasing growth, not promotions. Now, this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart for a couple of reasons. Reason one is I spent and anyone who I used to work for who's listening to this podcast will attest to the fact that I spent probably way too much time focused on getting promoted quickly and how much of a raise and a bonus was I getting. Like focusing too much on the outcomes and not the experiences leading to those outcomes. Today, I coach a lot of people in professional services firms. Sure, a lot of them work for my former employer, but there are ones that work across industries. And this issue of looking for a promotion, looking for a leadership role, making sure that they get like the extra good bonus or stock award is something a large number, I'd say more than half of the people I coach, start with the end game. How do I get this promotion? How do I get this title? How do I get this role? And, I want to start back to what I tell my kids. I always say to them, even when they were trying to figure out, what they wanted to do after high school or what they wanted to do in college or what they wanted to do post-college, the issue always came up like, what's going to be the best career for me and where is my future? In fact, I talked to a friend's son just last week, college student, goes to a great university, business major, and is concerned that they may not have a long career in business. And okay, look, I get the fact that college is expensive and that maybe there should be an end game as it relates to that. But what we talked about was really, there's a lot you can learn. And whether it's in college or whether it's in a first job or whether it's in a job where you're having a successful career, the learning and the personal growth is immense. And too many people look past the personal growth and look to the promotion. So I'm going to tell you quickly, I'd like to say I made a mistake. I didn't make a mistake because I learned from it. But when I was 5 years into my career, which is now like well over 30 years ago, so it goes to show you how old I am. But when I was 5 years into my career, I was completely annoyed about not getting a promotion quick enough and not getting a raise and a bonus that I thought was big enough. And I went to my boss and I said, I should have gotten promoted. I should have gotten a bigger raise. And I was told, you have to trust the process. And I said, screw the process. I'm going to look to leave. And I did. I went on a bunch of interviews, called the headhunter who I had a relationship with because he kept calling me every 6 months to see how I was doing. Asked him to find me interviews, and I left my job in order to get a quick raise and a quick bonus and a promotion. And I have to tell you, within a month of being at the new job, I was miserable. I did not give any thought to the organization, the people I'd be working with, the growth opportunities, the learning opportunities. I considered one thing: what title would I have? How much money would I make? And it was a mistake. I should not have made the move. Now, I made lemons out of lemonade. I made relationships with the people I worked with. I learned a lot while I was there. But I was mostly unhappy. And I mostly didn't need to do this. I really should have stayed where I was and collected experiences. I was getting a lot of great experiences, grown from them, and kept moving forward. But I didn't. I left. I wasn't happy. I did end up looking back on it, learning, but I should not have been motivated by promotion and raise first. And I should have been focused on career growth and personal growth first. And the other things would have came. So now let me tell you a quick story about someone who I coached. And this is a really interesting story. Now, this is a person who I took on as a coachee before I left my corporate job. So I retired June 30th from a long career at PwC, June 30th, 2025. So that's about 8 months ago as of the date of recording this podcast. And I knew I was retiring. It was a date that was on the calendar for a long time. And I started my own executive coaching practice. Now, since I knew I was going to be retiring, and since I knew I wanted to do coaching when I retired, when people within the firm would ask me to coach them, I just did it because I wanted to practice and I wanted to get some experience. And I also wanted to build a cadre of people who thought I was a great coach so I could use them as references and have them refer others. So it's a big firm. I'm not going to use names. I'm not going to use anything other than a common situation that I was coaching. And this is a person who wanted to be partner. Shocking. Happens all the time in professional services firms. Person wanted to be partner. And this person said to me, Mitchell, can you coach me to be partner? I'm being considered this year and I'd really like to make it and I need your guidance. So this is about maybe 6 or 8 months before my retirement date. I said yes and I worked with her. And we talked about her case for partner and what she would put in her report to leadership about why she should be partner. We helped her with her presentation skills so she could present herself well. I helped her with a potential client she was trying to land work from to get that work in the door so that she could talk about her ability to grow the business. And that's another reason why she should make partner. We worked pretty hard over the course of 8 months. And as I was retiring from the firm, she was making partner in the firm. And we were, she didn't live near me. It was a long distance relationship. But we toasted champagne on the phone to my retirement and to her promotion to partner. And that was it. It was a happy ending. Until I got a call about 2 months ago from this same person who said, excuse my French, oh shit, this isn't what I thought it would be. I'm not having any fun. I don't like it. I thought I was going to be all the things I dreamt a partner was, and it's not that. A lot of hard work, a lot of different kinds of administrative things that I wasn't used to before being a partner, a lot more responsibility in terms of buck stopping with me with my clients, people whom I'm responsible for, financial considerations that I didn't have to manage as closely. This is a lot, and I don't know if I like it. And I laughed. I kind of said to myself, you see, you were chasing the title. You weren't chasing the experiences. And then you got the title and you were like, it's not what I wanted. Now, good news. I ended up taking her on as I thought I wasn't going to be coaching her anymore. I took her on to coach. And we worked together to figure out why we figured out what about her new role was really making her uncomfortable and what could she learn from that experience and what could a better future look like? And we helped her begin to think along those lines and frame things with that kind of mindset. And proud to say she's in a much better place right now. But it's a journey. And my point is, it's really important to learn about everything you're doing. Tackle every opportunity, whether you're asked to do easy work or hard work, whether you're put on a difficult case or an easy case. There's always something to learn, and there's always ways to grow. And one of my favorite quotes. I have like a handful of quotes I use all the time. Nelson Mandela: "I never lose. I either win or I learn." Learn, collect experiences, and learn. I'm coaching a different person right now who's also up for partner now. She's up for partner a year from now, and she came to me very wisely and said, I want to be in the best possible position so that no matter what happens, whether I make partner or don't make partner, I don't lose a stride. I continue to be continue to be fulfilled, and continue to pick my spots in my career and my life that continue to help me grow and feel like I'm becoming a better person and a better professional. It was the most mature thing I ever heard from someone who is a director up for partner. She wanted to prepare herself to be in a good spot no matter what happened. And the good spot revolved around growing as a person, growing as a professional. That's a place that very few people get to, but when you get to it, it's life-changing. It really is. It's liberating. So, bottom line, we work today in a very tough environment. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of stress. If you're a high performer, you're fortunate, and there are opportunities. The thing is, focusing on the destination instead of focusing on the journey. Focusing on the promotion or the bonus or the new role instead of focusing on what I can learn and how I can grow as a person and professional along the way is the wrong thing to do. Don't focus on the goal as much. You might have it out there as a North Star, but let your day-to-day behaviors be on growth and becoming a better professional and a better person. And the good stuff's going to come. The promotions are going to come, and you're going to be better and happier during your journey. So with that, that's episode 3 of Mitchell's Moments Coaching Podcast. You can find me at my website, theschuckmangroup.com. You can email me, Mitchell, at the Schuckman Group, and I would love to explore coaching with you, especially around this particular issue. Especially if you're a high performer and you believe that there's a promotion, a raise, a new role available to you. I'm not going to tell you not to have that as a goal, but I'm going to tell you how to have a fruitful journey that will serve you well, whether or not or whenever you ultimately meet the goal. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.